Lego fans, Loki Lego here with a comparison video for you today. Today we're going to be looking at the 4 different Luke's Landspeeders which have been released by Lego over the last 20 something years. From left to right we have them in chronological order, so the set on the farmost left is set 7110 with 49 pieces. Next to it is set 8092 with 163 pieces. After that we have set 75173 with 149 pieces. And finally set 75271, which came out this year, with 236 pieces. Now there is about 20 years between the first release and the last release, and we'll be taking a look at them each in depth, and at the end I'll give you my opinion on which is my favorite, and we'll hopefully you'll like the video. If you do like the video, we'd love if you subscribe to the channel and leave a like and let us know which of these sets is your favorite. Before we get started though, just a quick honorable mention to the Luke's Landspeeder polybag, which I guess does qualify as a Luke's Landspeeder set, but as it's only a polybag, I won't be including it on the rest of the review, but just thought I'd mention this one. So let's take a quick look at each of the set. You will be able to find more in-depth set reviews for each of these already on the channel. I'll link those below if you are interested in seeing those, but this is purely more for comparison's sake, so let's take a look. So first, on the far left here we have the first released Luke's Landspeeder, which is a very simplistic build compared to the later ones. You'll see that the minifigures still have the yellow skin tone. Unlike any of the other sets, there are 2 minifigures and it is a small build, but it is quite a classic build. I do enjoy the style of this, and there's a lot of nostalgia here for me. With only 2 minifigures though, it is not only the smallest build, but has the least minifigures. Next we'll move on to the next set, which is a lot bigger. It has 5 minifigures, including R2-D2, C-3PO, Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Sand Trooper, and Luke Skywalker. There is also this probe droid, sentry droid, I should be specific, sentry droid, which makes this the set with the most minifigures, and I think that is definitely something that gives it a bonus as far as I'm concerned in the ratings rankings. Let's move on to the next set. So here you'll see the second to newest, I guess, or the almost the most recent one, which includes 4 minifigures, which include Obi-Wan, Luke Skywalker, C-3PO, and a Tusken Raider. There is also a rat in front in case you're not seeing it, which is a very interesting addition to the set. In my review of this set I go into a bit more detail as to why I think it's a bit weird, but check it out if you're interested in knowing more. And finally, the set released this year includes 3 minifigures, Jawa, C-3PO, and Luke Skywalker with a poncho. And as you can see in the back there, it also includes a little mini build which I think is supposed to be a Jawa cave. It's very interesting, but not necessarily something I felt was necessary in this particular set, and also something that if you want to put these sets on display next to each other, it doesn't really suit anymore to have that in the background as well. I'd probably leave that somewhere else and just put the Landspeeders on display one next to the other. So let's take a look at the sets themselves more clearly. So first we have the oldest Luke's Landspeeder, which as you can see is very, well, obviously it's brick built, but it is very brickish. It's not got the nice smooth curves and flat sides that some of the others do. You'll see here that this is actually just bricks on the front, and yeah, as I mentioned before, it only has 49 pieces, so there's not much to it. So yeah, that's about it for that one. Let's take a look at the next one. So this one is the first one to use these piping at the front to kind of give it a different effect. It's much more detailed on the top and on the side. And yeah, I think overall just a bit more of a designed build, clearly taking notes from the movies. And I think that that is something that is very positive in this sense. And it was a big step up from the original. The third set has actually changed the color, which I think was a very interesting choice. It's something that they maintained in the most recent one. While I massively dislike stickers, these stickers here on the engines are very cool. I think I have no objection to those. They work very well, and I think are a very nice addition to the set and really round it off. And then finally we have the most recent Luke's Landspeeder, which as you can see is the same color as the last one. It's gone back to this stickers and block at the front, which I don't think is an improvement. I like the kind of piping that they did, but for me this is definitely overall a better build. You can even see the seats in there are very nicely built. The engines are much more complex and a good use of stickers as well. And yeah, I think this is definitely by far overall the best Landspeeder itself. So yeah, that takes us nicely to a look at the overall, the Landspeeders and the figures in the background now. So, what is my favorite Landspeeder? I have to say, and I don't think this will be very controversial, the build for the newest Landspeeder is the best of the four. However, because of the lack of minifigures, so you only get 3 minifigures, I would say that this is actually not my favorite Landspeeder set. My favorite is in fact the second one released, that's set 8092, which is this one. Quite simply because it's just the best overall set. It's got a really nice build. It's, you know, the design is, yes, it's not as good as the latest one or even the one before, but you know, I actually like the fact that it has no stickers, and ultimately it has 5 minifigures. It has every single minifigure that makes sense for this set. In the movies you have Luke, Obi-Wan, C-3PO, R2-D2, and yes, even a Sand Trooper, and that's just the most, or the closest to the movie that any of these sets get. You know, we don't see a Tusken Raider necessarily in the Landspeeder scenes when they're riding around. Okay, yes, Luke does get knocked out by a Tusken Raider, but a Jawa, for example, I don't remember seeing a Jawa in any of the Landspeeder scenes, but I'm sure somebody will correct me on that. But yeah, that's why I think the set, the second one, is my favorite, and I hope, or well, it's up to you whether you agree. I would definitely like to hear what you think of these sets and which ones is your favorite, or if you own any of them. I know there's a lot of controversy about how often these get made. I really like them, so I don't mind. They can bring out another one this year if they like, but maybe wait a couple years and we'll go from there. So yeah, that's it for the Luke's Landspeeder review. I hope you liked the video. If you did, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.